Welcome to your Cyber Tips Explainer, where we make everyday people understand the cyber world around us. Now, when you think of someone stealing your credit card, what comes to mind? Probably some clunky device stuck on a gas pump, right? Or maybe a sketchy-looking ATM. And look, you wouldn't be wrong, but that's just the opening act. The real magic trick, the one that's costing us billions, is happening silently, invisibly, from thousands of miles away, turning your physical card into a ghost in the machine.
So I want you to think about this for a second. Your wallet, it's right there in your pocket. You can feel it, it's safe. But what if I told you it could also be in China at the exact same time? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But by the end of this explainer, you're going to understand how this isn't just possible, it's happening every single day on a massive industrial scale.
All right, so let's start on solid ground. Let's talk about the kind of theft we can actually see and touch. This is the classic card skimming, the physical devices that criminals stick onto the machines we trust and use every single day.
So what is card skimming really? At its heart, it's a simple, but honestly, a brutally effective crime. A thief puts a little electronic device, a skimmer, either over or inside a real card reader. When you pop your card in, the skimmer quietly reads and copies all the data from that magnetic stripe. And that stolen data? Well, it's basically the golden key for them, letting them either make a perfect clone of your card or just go on a wild shopping spree online.
And whatever you do, don't underestimate this so-called old-school method. The FBI says this kind of physical skimming still bleeds banks and regular people like us of over $1 billion every single year. I mean, think about that. $1 billion stolen just one swipe at a time. It's a huge problem, and it's really the foundation that all modern card fraud is built on.
Now, here's where it gets clever and kind of scary. The crooks tailor their tools for the job. So for an ATM or a cash register, they'll often use what's called an overlay skimmer. It's a fake card slot that just snaps right over the real one. They'll team that up with a tiny pinhole camera watching you type your PIN, or even a fake keypad on top of the real one. A thief can slap one of these on in seconds. But gas pumps? That's a whole different game. They're usually unsupervised. So there, the criminals get their hands on master keys, pop open the machine, and install the skimmer inside, where you can't see it. And get this, they don't even have to come back. A lot of these devices now use Bluetooth to just beam the stolen card numbers straight to a guy sitting in a car across the street. But see, all of this physical stuff, it has a major downside for the bad guys. They have to actually be there, risking getting caught on camera. So the really smart criminals started asking a new question. Why bother stealing from one machine at a time, when you can steal from thousands of websites at once without ever leaving your chair?
And this, my friends, is where we go digital. This is the next evolution of the crime. We're talking about e-skimming. The theft isn't happening at the point of sale anymore. It's happening at the point of checkout, silently, on the websites you use every day.
Just take a look at that number. Let it sink in. 269 million. That is how many card records were exposed just by this one method in 2024 alone. Not over 10 years, in 1 year. We are talking about a full-blown digital pandemic of card fraud that is just sweeping across the internet.
And if you think that number's bad, look at the growth. The number of online stores infected with these digital skimmers jumped by almost 300% in just 12 months. This isn't a slow burn, people. This is an explosion. And it's because the criminals have found a perfect formula. It's low risk, it's super high reward, and you can scale it up like crazy.
So how in the world does this even work? It's actually pretty simple. These criminal groups, sometimes they're called mage cart, they find a way to sneak a few lines of malicious code into an online store's checkout page. Now, this code is totally invisible to you, but as you're typing in your name, your address, your card number, the code is watching. It's scraping that information in real time and sending it straight to the thieves. Your purchase goes through, you get the confirmation email, everything seems totally normal. You never even know you've been robbed.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, how are they hacking thousands and thousands of websites? Well, here's the trick. They don't have to. Think about all the little widgets on a modern website, the little live chat pop-up, the tool that tracks analytics. Almost all of that stuff is powered by code from other companies. The attackers figured out it's way easier to just hack one of those third-party providers. So they'll compromise one popular live chat tool, and boom, their malicious code gets delivered to every single website that uses it. It's called a supply chain attack, and it's how they infect thousands of stores all at once.
Okay, so we've gone from physical skimmers on the street to invisible code in the cloud. But believe it or not, the story doesn't end there.
Because stealing your card number is one thing, but what if a criminal could steal the very soul of your card and put it directly into their phone? This is the absolute cutting edge, combining old-school scams with brand-new tech for a total takeover of your digital wallet.
And just listen to the confidence of these guys. This is a real quote from a cybercriminal on the messaging app Telegram promoting his services. It's just dripping with arrogance, right? For years, the experts thought chip cards and things like Apple Pay would be the end of card fraud. But as this guy boasts, they haven't killed it. They've just reinvented it.
So how do they pull this off? It's a brilliant four-step trap. It all starts with something you've probably gotten before, a simple text message. It looks legit, maybe from the post office about a tiny delivery fee. It seems urgent. So you click the link, and you land on a website that looks exactly like the real thing. It asks for your card details to pay the fee. You type them in, and here comes the evil twist. The website then says, "For your security, your bank needs to verify this. We've sent a code to your phone. Please enter it now." A second later, your phone buzzes. You see the 6-digit code. You type it in to finish the payment. But what you don't know is that at that exact moment, the criminal was on their computer adding your card to their Google Pay wallet. That code wasn't for the package. It was the security code from your bank, giving them permission to add your card to a new phone. You just handed them the keys to your account.
And I'm not making this up. Security researchers who've gone undercover in these gangs have seen their videos. They have stacks of milk crates just stuffed with cheap burner phones. And each phone has a different stolen digital wallet loaded onto it, sometimes with little sticky notes saying which bank it is. Your card, your digital identity, is now just another piece of inventory in a giant global crime ring. So how do they even use it? I mean, they could shop online, sure, but they have an even more futuristic method. It's called Ghost Tap. One group actually sells an app that lets a scammer in, say, New York, walk into a store and hold their phone up to the payment terminal. The app then relays that tap-to-pay request over the internet to one of those burner phones in a milk crate, maybe in China. That phone, the one with your card on it, approves the purchase. So your money gets spent in a New York store, but the payment is actually authorized by a phone on the other side of the planet. Remember what I asked at the start? That's it. That's how your wallet is in your pocket and in China at the exact same time.
Okay, I know. That was a lot. And honestly, that's pretty terrifying stuff. But here's the good news. Knowledge is power. Now that you know how they do it, from the simple skimmer to the wild ghost tap, we can build our defense. It's time for the counterattack.
First up, let's handle the physical world. The FBI has some great, simple advice. Before you use any ATM or gas pump, just give it a quick look. Does anything seem loose or crooked? Physically wiggle the card reader. Jiggle the keypad. If anything moves, walk away. When you type your PIN, always cover it with your other hand like you're hiding a state secret. And at the gas station, try to use the pumps closest to the building, right in the attendant's line of sight. Honestly, the best defense is to use Tap to Pay whenever you can. And if you have any doubt at all, just go inside and pay. It's that simple.
Okay, now for the digital world. That smishing heist is 100% preventable. Rule number 1, you have to be deeply suspicious of any urgent, unexpected text that asks for money or information. Never, ever, ever click links in those messages. And most importantly, you have to treat those one-time verification codes like they are solid gold. No real company will ever call you and ask for one. If you get a code you weren't expecting, that is a massive red flag. And of course, the basics are still your best friends. Check your bank statements, set up transaction alerts, and use strong multi-factor authentication on everything you possibly can.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. Our money is becoming more and more abstract every single day. We went from cash to plastic cards to just a tap of a phone. And yeah, it's super convenient, but it also creates these new invisible battlegrounds. The technology is going to keep changing, and you can bet the criminals will change right along with it. Staying in control? Well, that means staying aware, staying skeptical, and really understanding the threats that are hiding just under the surface of our super convenient digital lives. So please, subscribe to this channel, like and share this video with someone you deeply care about to have a foolproof cyber defense.